Hello, everyone. Oops, I jumped one. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Winds of Earrenia. I apologize for the not only late for usual, but later than we originally planned start. Anytime we try something new, of course, everything falls to chaos. We actually have someone at the table with us tonight. You will be seeing Shakira for the first time since we started the stream. Because she's at the table with me. We are trying to figure out audio and all of that, mixing two people being in the same room at the same time with the rest of them being online. But we managed to get there without bypassing too much. Do not have any have my streaming plans for next week figured out yet. So be sure to follow Bold Wolf Gaming on social media so I can get that announcement out. I also apologize for not getting the recap done for the last session. I will get those all cut up this week. But that is one thing that will probably put a stymie in getting a gaming session in this week. Rhino Gaming, do you have anything to announce?
Nope, just my weekly kennel stream is going to be on Tuesday this week because the kennel is closed on Tuesday for the observance of the holiday on Monday. So I will be streaming Tuesday evening to let everybody know what dogs are available at Lorraine County Dog Kennel.
Fantastic. All right, we should be all good now. All right, so when we last left off, the Regulators executed their plan on getting out of the prison, put all of the pieces together, stole the weapons, also found the magic artifact that was sitting in storage. Although the effects that it gave off, they decided not to mess with it until they could get it examined. They released the dragon, rallied all of the prisoners together, and started fighting their way out. The dragon almost killed Zuko. The Serenity got the new cannons installed in a different configuration than originally expected, managed to blast the gatehouse open, and the prisoners made their way out. They were met with the current members of the new Palhas Kingdom army. The Jarl gave them 3 different choices. For those who defected because they were simply afraid, he promised not to punish them, but they would have to live out the rest of their lives in the marches of brain fart, Kasena. The second group, those who defected because they did not want to leave their homeland undefended, but since being in prison no longer have the energy or the physical ability to fight, they were welcome to be. They would be returned home as soon as possible. While the remainder who left because they wouldn't leave their homeland undefended, he offered them a chance to join the new army, and that is what a good chunk of them did. Before the Regulators got back onto Serenity, Echo discovered that her little shadowy companion that has been visiting her in her meditations is now talking to her when she is wide awake and alert, telling her that she is not worthy of being with this group because they are heroes, and she has killed more people than they have saved. So, with that, I leave it over to you. You have... Let me go back to when you came down.
I mean, honestly, though, haven't we killed more people than we've saved, too?
Pretty much.
I guess it depends on how you measure it.
Hobo killer.
Does Echo really know that, though?
Probably not.
Should we actually start making up some stories about it, though?
Well, also,
So-
Echo has not said shit about the whole,
Oh yeah,
seeing
like, we
this
have no
person.
clue.
Yeah, we have no
what's
clue.
going on.
I ain't gonna mute you on Discord, too.
What's that?
I'm gonna mute you on Discord.
That makes sense.
I guess you're probably hearing that twice, too.
only have 3.
All right, it is 30 hours back to Anexa, just so you know.
30 hours back to Anexa.
Yep.
I mean, Malcolm definitely going to sleep.
I'm taking a long sleep.
I think Malcolm's also going to probably raid the supplies and eat like 4 meals because all he's ate is prison food for the last 3 weeks.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
That's probably what Zuko will do when he wakes up from his 24-hour sleep.
I'm going to cook some bacon and put it outside of Zuko's door.
The smell will pick me off of my feet and drag me through the ship.
I'm probably just gonna read if there's any books, because I'd rather not go to sleep or meditate
Yes.
right
Avoiding
now.
unconsciousness. Understandable.
Can I train Jack to sneak into Zuko's room and slap him in the face?
Oh my god, yes!
All right. Well, let's see how. Let's see what you have so far.
Zuko's like, why does Brian always pick on me? It's for the comedy. It's for the laughs. It's for the follows, likes, and subscribes.
Research progress. All right. You have taught Jack to steal. You have taught him to alert, to fetch, to hide. I guess he naturally knows how to strike, so you just have to work with him a little bit on, taking the attack command. Yeah, I'd say you probably could get him to do it now.
The question is, how much of a jerk do I want to be? Do I want to send Jack in there like every 3 hours on the dot? No, I won't do it that bad. But I'll let Zuko sleep an appropriate amount of time. Then if I think it's a little bit overboard, I'll send Jack in.
That's not fair.
Wow.
All right. Well.
I got some snacks too.
Oh, cool. All right. So when you get onto the ship, before taking off, Tristan comes up to you and apologizes to you for changing the plans as far as the cannons, but he figured it would make more sense to utilize a new direction of fire than get rid of 2 perfectly good cannons just to make them a little stronger.
I look at Tristan down the eye like I'm angry, but then I shake my head and laugh and clap him on his shoulder and be like, hey man, it worked better than anything we had planned, so I appreciate you taking the initiative to do that.
Initiative.
All right. So you head to get some food and then pass out in your quarters.
Yeah, I'll probably pass out for a minute, and then I might do some training do some actual training with Jack after I take a long rest.
Okay.
If it's 30 hours back there.
Yeah. All right. And Echo is finding absolutely anything she can to read.
I've got some books that she could read if she wants to borrow.
Books, instruction manuals, the terms and conditions on her iTunes player. Anything to keep herself.
Anything to just try and not need to meditate.
That will take 12 hours alone. So.
That's great.
Zuko is taking a long sleep. Not the long sleep, but a long sleep. Mira, what are you doing?
I'm going to sleep for a few hours first and snuggle up with Wolfric.
Wolfric's on the ship? I want to go pet Wolfric.
I want to pet the puppy.
Wolfric on the ship?
Yeah, she left Wolfric on the ship.
Okay. Couldn't remember if it was on the ship or at the castle, or the walls. Wherever we were at before we left, I couldn't remember.
I couldn't remember either.
Oh, either way, she could have requested that he be on the ship
Yeah.
to get you guys.
I miss my dog. Can I pet that dog?
I asked Mira if I can pet the puppy.
Yes, of course. It's very friendly.
Oh, by the way, as Echo enters the ship, you all catch on. I think you all have high enough perception to do that. You all notice that the room gets slightly colder, and some of you, the more perceptive among you, notice that her skin has turned a slight tinge of light blue, like ice.
And that's
Barely
when
perceptible.
Echo comes in the room, you said?
When she comes onto the ship, yes.
Echo, are you feeling alright?
Were you able to hear
Yes.
her okay? Okay.
Sorry. I was drinking something.
Echo, roll a deception check.
Great way to start shit.
I'm feeling fine.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Is the correct dice?
You gotta, roll a d20.
That would be okay. I'm having to do math right now.
Oh, I love math.
13.
So does Mira do an insight?
Yeah,
I think-
roll an insight. That's a little too, because if it was like super high, I'd be like, oh yeah, you noticed nothing, but that's kind of middle of the line. Let's see if Mira picks up on it.
Crap, I forgot to sign into D&D Beyond. Hold on. My dumb ass forgot.
Your
Ah, shit.
Insight.
I got a
I
full
can bring
on
up her
sign
character sheet
in.
if need be.
Yes, please
Yeah,
do.
I've got it
Because
up
I
as
have to.
well.
I have to sign in like.
your insight is +8.
+8.
Oh.
Oh shit. My
I'll sign it.
deception
I'll
was plus
log in after
7,
this.
but I rolled a 6.
That's a 16 + 8.
Easily.
Okay. So Echo does seem very convincing,
Shit.
but you definitely pick up on a little bit of deception there.
Is he awake?
He's just wiggling around at the moment. I don't think he's actually awake.
Pretty much see Echo and you're like, this bitch lying.
Do you want to try that again? He's awake.
Just throw the music back on.
No, we gotta try and work with this.
Alright. Okay, you bringing your phone with you?
Yeah, I'll bring my phone with me and try to sign in to Discord.
Unmute your mic though.
I will mute my mic once I get up there. Is there a bottle ready in the fridge?
No, there isn't. The pitcher is ready though.
Okay. I will be right back.
Sorry. The kid's being a pain in the butt.
Shut up. He's just a baby.
I know he's still being a pain in the butt though.
Not being a pain in the butt.
Alright, we'll wait for her to get up.
Right now it looks like Mira's hiding behind the chair.
I will cleave this chair in twain.
She's ready to strike at any moment.
It really does look like she's about to cleave it. She's just like,
Oh, pretty girl. My cat's getting annoyed with me because I'm messing with her while she's sleeping.
Why you do that?
It's payback, right?
Yeah. She was doing zoomies all morning at 3 a.m.
Alright, I'm here. Sorry, guys.
Nellie has pretty much been sleeping for 24 hours straight after she was up all night last night tearing up all of Mabel's toys evidently. So
So she's sleeping off her punishment.
yeah, she's sleeping off tearing apart toys for 8 hours last night while I was sleeping.
All right, so Mira saw through your deception.
Alright, hold on.
I wasn't technically really trying to deceive anybody. I was just really not sure how to explain what was going on.
So, like, is this like when we immediately get on the ship, like before we go off to our beds and everything?
Yes. Jumping ahead. Yeah, we got ahead and I completely forgot about this part. She just had that experience and being...
Yeah, was it when... So it was when it was happening?
It happened to you just before you stepped onto the ship. She said that to you. So given your origins, your emotions, especially strong ones, have an effect like that.
So I'm gonna like rub my arms and be like, does somebody have a door open on this ship or a window open on this ship somewhere?
So Mira asked you to try again.
I tell her I guess I'm just not feeling the best after traveling from the the prison.
Okay. That is passable.
She's gonna have to roll another deception check, isn't she?
No, I'd say that's close enough to the truth for her to get away with it.
I still had Matt muted. I'm sorry.
It's close enough to the truth for her to get away with it.
Oh, okay.
It's part of the truth. All right, so you guys get through the night. Echo, are you actually skipping the entire night, or are you eventually going to give in and take your rest?
I'll probably take a short rest. Eventually.
Alright, fair enough. Just wanted to check if I have to start tracking exhaustion for you.
I'm sure
right.
eventually I'll run out of things to read and I'll probably get so tired to where I need to. So...
Alright, so the way this trip works out, you guys have a full day, and then you will arrive in Anexa just before dawn the next day after that. So you have 16 hours basically to work with of daytime if you want anything specific done. Is that a no from everybody?
Sorry, I'm still trying to sign in, honey.
Oh, no worries.
I missed what you said, Matt. I apologize. Like I said, 3 levels of exhaustion before we started playing.
You guys, the way the trip works out, you will have a full day of daylight and another night. You'll arrive in Anexa just before dawn the next day after that. So, anything specific you want to get done during that time? Of course, you're going to have another long trip after this too. So, if you don't want to do anything with it, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, I'm probably gonna eat some food and probably just spend some time with Mira and Ulfric. Or Wolfric.
Sounds
Alright.
good. That's what I was about to do.
Once,
Go ahead.
once I wake up, I will probably ask Malcolm if he wants to work on those plans anymore.
Plans for the...
The bike.
I thought we finished them.
Yeah,
You
I'm
did?
pretty sure you got. Yeah, it's being worked on actually.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like the prototype's being made already, I think.
Oh, okay.
Bike construction. Bear with me just a moment where I see, so I can see where. All right, so I am probably going to have to go back to the session that it happened. To get the details, but I'm pretty sure it was due to be done at the same time as the ship.
So it should be ready when we get back there. Then,
And yeah, and we will just retroactively, just don't use it this session, and we'll retroactively make sure you have all the details, because I can't remember what options you went with or anything like that. But yeah, it was already under construction. Or at least pieces of it, anyway. I think you were going to put it together on the ship. But, oh well, these things happen. Alright, so, Brian, did you have anything?
I would like to do some training with Jack. I think the stalk command. Stalk?
Oh, okay. So let's see here. Research progress. You said you want to teach him to stalk?
Yep.
Come on, let me type.
Pulling technology to listen to.
Is there like a verbal command I give him whenever I'm training?
Yeah, you could teach him to listen to specific commands, command words. And it doesn't have to be the actual proper word.
So I can be like, every breath you take. That means for him to go talk to somebody.
Yeah, you could do that. All right, so on this trip, if I remember correctly how it works, you should have 2 out of the 6 sessions complete, and you could easily get that done when you guys move on from an Exa. Yep. All right. So, anything else you guys want done before you arrive in Anexa on the morning of the 30th?
Anything I can think of besides resting, food, and training. That's it.
All right.
Yep. And eating, because, those meals sucked.
Yes.
All right. Lost my train of thought. Okay, just so you know, Malcolm, the day that most of this trip was going on, Argent became 7 months pregnant. So you were arriving in Anexa the day after. You were actually directed when you arrive in Anexa to pull the ship right up to the fort.
Okay.
They have a landing platform there where they are now using that for their own version of the ship, but it is currently elsewhere. You are brought down below to the secret meeting room under the fountain, where the old compass used to be. And for the sake of brevity, my God, what is with our kids today?
Did we give them any sugar by any chance?
Nope.
Then I have no clue.
I think you failed your intimidation/persuasion check.
I did. I snuck in when you weren't looking, and I gave them sugar.
Sounds about
Oh, yeah,
I'm-
sure, you
I'm-
drove the 12 hours here and snuck in.
Without a license, I'm the sugar monster.
All right, so for the sake of brevity, we're not going to get into a whole lot of detail here. The Jarl and the rest of them meet you there. One surprising addition this time around is Salas. So Echo knows that she was not here when you originally met him. This is the elder vampire that escaped the Regulators' wrath and then later invited them to dinner and made an agreement with them to keep himself from getting staked to help them in their fight against Orcus. But,
Frick, go to bed!
I guess I can't call him the Jarl anymore. He's a king now. Jarl Rupert.
Is he in the north? King of the North.
I stare at the vampire person politely, but with intrigue.
He gives you a polite nod. He's actually a very polite vampire.
Oh, yeah. Very polite.
He's all high society.
Is this a vampire we met
Shit!
with?
Yeah.
Yes, this
I'll
is
be right back.
this is the one that he was one of the original 3, and he escaped the original fight, and he invited you to dinner. Let you know that he was not interested in being on the losing side of this war a second time.
For him. Smart for him.
But he promised you assistance, and that he would help you out until Orcus was gone, and then he would never be seen again. So he has been invited to these war table meetings as well. King Rupert asks Sebastian about updates on the war. He informs you all that the Imperial Vanguard have completed their movements. Pretty much the entire Imperial Vanguard is now within the general area of Hain, and there have been several more skirmishes, but with this pretty much the same results. Several fights that the Empire could be said to have won, but however, everyone that they lost was turned over to Orcus's army, so it is only growing.
Matthew, did you see his CPU while we were moving shit around?
No, I didn't.
Because that's why he's by the doorway.
I don't know where he left it.
For fuck's sake.
So,
The war is progressing fairly well. What the main gist of it is?
it's progressing how it would be expected. The Orcus's area of control is growing somewhat. His army is growing because the Vanguard keeps attacking. And though they have won several battles, all of their fallen, of course, are turned over to Orcus's side. King Rupert looks a little bit frustrated, but tries to brush it aside. Alright, well, the Regulators have done quite a bit for us, and I think it's time that we put a little bit of focus on the other side of this mission. Oh, cool, Red Bull, thank you.
You're welcome. You owe me a few kisses after this. Maybe more.
Watch out. Those give you wings, I've heard.
But he says, so, Regulators, there is one more task that needs to be handled, but we can take care of that after you complete the next part of your own quest. Everyone here is at your disposal. The Night Shifters, of course, your Holy Regulators. We have invited Salas to attend these meetings if there's anything specific you need from him. And of course you have the Palhas Royal Army, anything that needs to be done within our own borders, of course, and I ask that you keep it to something important, as obviously they will have their own duties to perform. So, this is the first war table meeting of this campaign. Essentially, you guys have a lot of side stuff that is kind of beneath you at this point, but stuff that needs to get done, and you have access to several groups here with different skill sets. And just to remind you what those are, you have the Night Shifters, who are basically spies at this point. They are also, of course, former thieves, so they don't mind breaking the law to get the mission done. They won't take a full frontal assault approach, so anything that would require a lot of heavy combat would take them longer, but anything that they can sneak around to do without getting in a lot of direct conflict, they'll be great for that. They're also really good at picking up information while they're there, so if there's clues that might be helpful to you in the future that could be picked up on these side quests, they will pick up on them. Holy Regulators is the opposite. They're honor-bound, so they'll tend to be a little bit more lawful. Missions with law-breaking will take longer because they'll try to find a way to get around breaking the law. They're not very good at picking up on information. They're more good at bashing things with a stick. And they're not going to pick up on a lot of helpful clues along the way. House Salas, also good with spying. They're especially good with diplomacy. They won't face any real danger from undead or most evil entities. They have a deep knowledge of politics and history, and they're good with diplomacy. May run into issues with wards against evil creatures, or anything they have to do in daylight. You also may, in some circumstances, have access to the Travelers, but remember the Travelers don't work for you. They work for Alexandria, who seems to have some of her own motives. So using Travelers could be risky. And again, Palhas Royal Army, they are the law, but they can only really operate within Palhas and Philos province. And they already have a lot on their plate, so.
So,
Shit. Figure out my phone.
I know firearms are not extremely prevalent in this world. How difficult would it be for me to, and this can be done like after the war table, but just for my own knowledge, to maybe get a hold of an armorer, maybe that's part of the army, to replicate my sniper rifle? Because I'm thinking that might be something the night shifters might be able to use in their espionage roles if they need to do any kind of assassinations or anything like that.
Well, it's going to be a bit of an investment that, you know, I'm not sure if anybody would want to take on for you, so you may have to fundraise that. And, of course, limited quantity, but it could be done.
I'll go on Kickstarter.
Okay. Some other things I know you guys have on the back burner. You have the stone crown. You also have. Oh yes, a message would have come in by this point. You guys remember the Knights of. It's been so long since I've talked about them.
From that fort?
Yeah. You guys are honorary members. I can't remember.
Of the Solace?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, actually, yes. The Knights of Solace, the undead, the knights that specialize in undead. Remember, they told you that there was a friend they have in the realm of the dead that might be able to pick up some information for you. They say he's ready to meet, but that's also something that you do not have to do yourself. You can send somebody across.
So they're in the world of the undead. And they
So
want
maybe
to
we should send.
Their friend, yes, lives inside the realm of the dead.
And vampires would probably be the best people to send to the realm of the undead, especially if it's involving diplomacy or knowledge.
Correct. He would not be in any. They would not be in any danger.
Get out of my head, good sir.
so.
I was just thinking that.
And already has connections on the other side too, so they could just send a message across the veil, essentially, tell him to go meet up with your friend, and the next time you come back to the war table, that message should be ready.
Nice.
And the stolen crown, we know where that's at, correct? Or more or less where it's at?
Yeah, a general area.
Is it somewhere where there is like a large amount of inhabitants there, or is it more or less just a
Dead place.
fight your way and smash and grab kind of thing?
You get the impression it's probably out in the wilderness, the hills of Durham.
So that would probably be a better job for the Holy Regulators.
Yeah, the Holy Regulators. I was gonna say the old name for a minute.
But I think as we talked about previously, that's something we would want Ethan personally to go on that mission. Because I don't know we would trust anybody else to hold on to that crown and not be tempted by it.
Right. Ethan is...
Although they will have taken a holy oath to the Regulators, you know.
Correct. Ethan is okay with it either way. She will go on that mission personally if you want her to.
Are you guys okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Let it be so.
All right. Is there anything else? Okay, you want to put the night shifters on getting some of these rifles crafted for their organization?
I mean, yeah, I can share the plans with Sebastian, and he can outsource that or whatever he might need to do.
All right. So let's see, sniper rifle. Do you remember how much it cost you to make that?
I don't off the top of my head, but I can look it up because I have the gunpowder codex, and you can continue on if you want. I can come back to you.
All right. Is there anything anyone else can think of? House Salas is going to be meeting with your contact in the realm of the dead. The night shifters will be working on getting some of these rifles made for themselves. The Holy Regulators will be working on finding and retrieving the stone crown.
5,000 gold pieces is the value.
Okay, we'll say they're going to need about 50% from you to get these taken care of.
Well, actually, I think that was the value. Let me look at the materials cost is 3,333.
Yep, still sounds fair. 50%, and they will. So however many you want them to have at their disposal, you will need to invest half of the value of each.
Well, let me see how much money I have, because we might be putting that off for a minute. Yeah, we'll wait a second, because I can only do like one right now.
Okay. All right. So in that case, then the night shifters are still available for. One mission of your choice.
So, do we have any other missions currently?
Nothing that I can think of, but of course, if you have anything in mind that you would like to get them.
Well, like I know, we just recently established the Jarl as king now, King Rupert, right? Rupert.
Correct.
Does he have his own network of, contacts in the city and stuff to kind of get a feeling of how that's being received by the general public?
The night shifters are already kind of involved in that, keeping an eye on.
Okay.
There's word is still spreading, being somewhat slowed down because they don't want it getting outside of the borders just yet. There's still one more task they need before they announce themselves to the world, essentially.
Gotcha. Well, I was just that was the only thing I could really think of would be suited for what we have right now to create a task for them to do to keep a.
There is one other
What
thing.
is going on.
There's one other thing. You do not know even a general area of where the last weapon is. The only information you have is where that particular champion grew up.
So yeah, I guess we could send them on a fact-finding or information-gathering mission about that.
Right. And I know it's been a while, but I believe Zuko has it. When you guys went to get the first weapon, you found an old coded map that you believed belonged to that old Dwarven city where that champion grew up. If you want to give that to them to make it easier. I know somebody in the
I think
group
that was
has it.
me.
Huh?
I think it was me.
Okay.
Was it Ardune's map?
No, that's different. You guys went that's Ardune's research. You guys went and found some artifacts that what's her name had gathered of her friends, and one of them was that map from when that champion was a thief and growing up in that dwarven city. It's near where Mira grew up. You know that the one of the tablets was there at one point, so it's possible there might be a clue there as to where the weapon ended up.
I think that I had that. It sounds vaguely familiar. But yeah, if it is truly one thing that I do have, yes, I'll share that with everyone.
All right, Sebastian takes the map and the task. Very well, I'll have somebody working on this. Mira, you grew up out there, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Anything you want us to look into while we're there?
I want to know if my parents are still alive.
All right, we'll find out.
Thank you.
All right, so if that is all, the trip. You guys are heading to a town called Nurmavik, where a trail.
That's why I have in the notes. Nurmavik.
It is a 705-mile trip, which equals out to about 7 days.
We're gonna be gone again. I wonder if our guide's gonna be like, where the fuck are you?
So it's up to you if you guys want to do anything before town before you leave, or you just want to get that trip started.
What do you think, Malcolm?
So, do pregnancies in this world last 9 months still, even with the months being longer?
No, well, I mean they last the same as Earth months, so she is
60 days instead of 30.
Yeah, our months are in this world months are 60 days, so technically pregnancies last. But when I said she's 7 months pregnant, I mean she was, 7 Earth months.
Okay. So she's like 1 more month before she's ready to pop.
Pretty much.
8, about 2 months away from.
Like one world month.
One in-world month. Yes, correct.
Yeah,
She
okay.
should be due around the 38th of the next month.
So 60 days. We're gonna spend 7 there, 7 back.
Not necessarily.
I mean, if we're airshipping it.
That's
I mean,
not what he
your
meant.
next trip may not necessarily be back to Anexa anyway. You may jump in.
True. I'm just trying to be cognizant of wanting to be there for the birth of my child.
Right.
Well, is Lorimer at these war meetings?
Yes, he is.
Lorimer, could you create a wizard's door for me directly back to a room here where Argent may be giving birth if the event arises that I need to get back quickly?
Yes, I suppose I could do that. I made you a key for my tower, so I'll just make one for. Well, would you like it here at the fort or Clambox Palace?
I mean, the tower is pretty close to the Lorimer's tower is pretty close to the palace as well, isn't it?
Lomer's Tower's in Palhas City,
Okay,
which is like half
So
a day
different
down the road. Yeah.
Gotcha.
If she's still staying at Clambox place, I would make sure that it would be towards his place.
Yeah.
I don't think
If
there's
it's in
any
a whole different
hospitals in
city, I
Astera.
wanted it closer to where she's going to be present.
All right. Well, that should take me about a week. I will need some supplies. I will throw in as a gift the majority of it. If you could spare 300 gold pieces, I should be able to have that in your personal storage room within the week.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure 300 gold doesn't
Gladly
even
give
scratch the
300 for
surface.
that. I fork over 300 gold to him.
All right. So, what do you got? Are you guys rushing out the door, or?
I actually would like to see if maybe I could get some more information from. Isn't there a library or something here, or one of the temples that's?
Yep, Archives of Udal. It is here.
How do I keep forgetting her name?
Because if I remember, in Nurmurvik, Klizmir is entombed with that blade.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
The Reaper's hand. So, probably want to find a way to kill him if need be. Or if there's something special we need to do to kill him, because he's effectively immortal, right? For what we've read and learned.
He's not immortal. He's just difficult to kill, and he can't die of age. He has to be actually killed, and just like you, you have a couple abilities that makes it very difficult to permanently kill you. You know, he is just, really freaking hard to kill.
Out of curiosity.
No special. What's that?
I can make potions, right?
Correct.
How does paralysis? Is there any paralysis potions in this world?
Yes, absolutely.
Something that could actually be shot into him would temporarily.
Something you could coat a weapon with, and you might be able to establish the paralysis condition for a small amount of time.
Is there a place that is there like a library or something I could go to that I could try and research the visions or whatever that I'm having?
Okay, you're new to this world. There's actually a religion, a god in this world who is all about knowledge. And in this country, knowledge is not restricted by the government. So in pretty much every major city, there is a temple that is a library, and just about anything that can be known in the world, they either know it or they can give you some information about it.
Okay.
Which is where Malcolm was talking about heading to learn.
I'm gonna head there too, but behind him.
Okay, so he doesn't hear what you're there for.
Because I don't want him to know what I'm going there for.
Okay. Awesome. This is cool stuff. Bear with me just a moment. I want to find see if they have it pre-made here.
Just going to throw out there that Malcolm is pretty wise. So, you might have to make some deception checks there, young lady.
Mm-hmm.
or old lady, technically.
Hopefully I'll get better than a 6 this time.
Technically old lady, actually, because I think you're 400 years old. But you get my drift.
I'm hold on. Let me double check that.
Cece going to her character sheet being I'm gonna fact this shit.
Hold on, let me double check that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm 25 in human years.
So yeah, young lady.
Baby.
Truth serum.
What the heck do I? Okay. Oh, description. Description. What the...
Conditions. Paralyzed.
I'm 125, but that's about 20 something in human years.
Oh.
I mean, the paralyzed condition is pretty ugly.
I can't even remember how old my character is in this. "24, I think.
Wait, what?
I think Mira's 24. I can't remember how old I made her.
Hold on.
I'm not even sure if it's in D&D Beyond, to be honest.
I don't think it is, but it's
I don't
okay.
think it is. It's in the binder. It's in the binder. Gender, female, eyes, green. Size, medium. Yeah, now large.
All right, so
Yeah, mine's 25.
a poison of paralysis.
I think I made it to 5 feet. Yeah, I think she's 24.
It's going to be a 200 gold piece potion to make. It's going to require 200. Oh wait, sorry, 500 gold to create. We'll take 10. I'll shorten in this case. It would take the entire week of you dedicating your time to it to make. And it has a very high DC, but it is possible for you to make a paralysis potion.
Cool.
How many arrows would said potion cover? Or blade, whatever. I'm not sure what we would use it for.
It would be active on a blade for up to a minute.
So 10 rounds.
It would cover 20 arrows.
In that case,
Okay.
And if the effect is successful, he would have a chance to overcome it every turn.
Plus, with my knowledge of how hard this guy is to kill, I would probably say he probably has resistance that he can burn through as well, probably.
probably. But it was fruit for thought, just in case. We're trying to bring him down and
sure.
kill him. And I
Because
kind of
paralysis in D&D is no joke.
Oh no, I'm sure it isn't. In Skyrim, it's nothing. You know, you're knocked the fuck out for a few minutes, and then you can stand back up. I'm like, that sucks. I do wonder if there's a mod to fix shit like that. Make my game even harder on myself.
So again, if you have the 500 gold pieces and you have the confidence that you could get the majority of those herbalism kit checks, because it's a DC 20.
Let's try it.
All right. So we will deal with that when we get onto the ship. All right. So Malcolm, you want to do some research on. So what exactly are you looking for? Like details about him.
Maybe details about him, if he had any kind of weaknesses that were exploited, like in all of his different battles and stuff like that. He fought. Did anything give him trouble or pause? That kind of thing, I guess.
Okay. So you ask a scribe about it. They guide you into some places you can look for information on Klizmir the Undying. Roll a investigation check.
Go 5.
Ouch.
Ooh.
You got a 5.
I rolled a 5 and I add 0, my good man.
All right. So
I'm wise, not intelligent.
you end up getting a bit lost, and he gave you directions, and you end up having a hard time actually finding some of these books. All you really gather is that he had an uncanny ability for healing. There were rumors that he dabbled in necromancy. Of course, you know, based on what he was, it was more likely just part of his abilities.
So people just assumed.
Yeah, people assumed he was doing dark magic, but he was actually you know, the champion.
I am the dark magic.
You all fight, and you. Yeah, with a 5, that's all I can give you.
That's all I have to take, I guess.
All right, so Echo, what are you specifically like? How are you going about your search?
I'm basically just wondering like who she is or what these visions are.
Oh, okay.
And what they mean.
Okay, so are you going there to try to research hallucinations, or are you going there to research the Queen? Like what? Like, give me, if you were really Echo. What?
Research the Queen.
Okay. Do an investigation check. I assume you're not going to be too open with the scribes either.
Oh
You're
no,
overly specific
I made
about-
them blush last time.
Didn't you have to translate your smut or something like that? I can't remember.
At first, okay, I went looking for smut, remember? And I made the guy like flustered and shit. Then the second time, I brought a book of smut.
Which he translated and gave you guys the location of the stone crown.
That was great.
So, investigation check.
13. I rolled the same as Malcolm, but I had a +8.
Wow, what is with the dice today, man?
Wait, so what was your total?
13.
13? That's not too
13.
bad, though. Unfortunately, you get the impression pretty quickly that you are delving into deep Fey lore. Stuff that the mortal realm isn't privy to. And of course, as you're doing this research, you realize that mortals, even when they think they have the Fey realm figured out, half the time they are very wrong. They go off of what they can get their hands on. They probably go off of information from conversations with Fey creatures who are less than honest, mostly for their own amusement, probably. So mortals believe some ridiculous things about the Fey realm.
Oh, jeez. I would love to know, like, some examples, to be honest. I'm curious.
Well, Malcolm's experience with the Fey realm involves almost being killed by a plant. if that helps you.
True. I forgot about that.
I'm sure Echo would love to hear that story.
Oh, I'm sure. Maybe I should bring it up during dinner.
All right, so
So Cece, you came in. You said you came in behind me. Like, were you like?
Yeah, a little bit after you. Yeah.
She was a couple
So
steps
you,
behind
so
you.
you didn't come. You didn't come into the temple with me. You actually.
No, I did not.
Okay.
yeah, you heard him talking about going
Mal-
there, and you realized this would be a good place.
Malcolm saw you came in. His search didn't take very long because he is dumb.
Oh, actually, you did. Malcolm had a hard time finding his way back out of the library.
Oh my god!
It's like, have you guys seen Page Master, where he
Yes.
wanders down those aisles and then suddenly he can't find the freaking exit?
Oh yeah, I remember
Where's
that.
the exit? No, the reason why
On the tackle on the way, like, oh,
the reason why I asked is because if I had
I
saw
thought
you
this was the exit.
if I had saw you come in, I would have asked them to tell me where you were, so I could try to find you and help you with your search, whatever it might have been.
I don't
But
think
if you
she would
came
want
after
to.
me, then
Yeah, I don't think she would want you to know, though.
All right, so like you said, you find a lot of stuff that implies that mortal writers are not very good at collecting information about the Fae. You've got to kind of filter through and figure out what sounds like they did their homework and what sounds like they may have been deceived. You do find vague mentions of an entity known as the Queen. You actually find several clearly different people that have had that title and have some connection to the Fey realm. But one that particularly feels like it has some sort of connection to what you're going through is just a vague mention of a several hundred year period where the Fey realm was how do I put this? Being ruled with an iron fist. By a Fae that had that was referred to as the Queen. There isn't a lot of information available in this book on her, but it is said that that most Fae creatures who actually are born and live in the Fae realm are essentially immortal. She actually managed to absorb the souls, for lack of a better word, of many creatures within the Fey realm.
The heck?
Oh no.
And use them to strengthen her own power. And there is a drawing from description of this queen, and again, you see that vague resemblance. The book finishes off what this author knew about the queen and simply states that there is no solid information on how the queen was stopped, but about... Bear with me, I have to look up something real quick before...
She sounds like a queen from a fairy tale, and part of me just can't figure out which one.
Oops, wrong page.
Like a twisted fairy tale.
Is this gonna be like a Naruto situation where they like trapped the queen in a very young person's body?
Oh shit! I haven't seen Naruto, to be honest. I think I read the first manga, saw like the first episode, but I never actually got to sit down and binge.
About 125 years ago.
I'm sorry, what?
About 125 years ago, she just, as far as they can tell, she just vanished. And all attempts to find out what people knew about how she disappeared, how she was defeated, no one seemed willing to talk about it.
So it might be a Naruto situation.
Might be. I don't think Matt's seen Naruto though.
I have not.
There we go.
So I can't confirm or deny if it
There
has
we
any...
go. There we go though.
Well, you
I
know,
think
it's
I've
not
only
like-
watched one fucking anime with you, and that was fucking Death Note.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've never seen it either. So
Basically, it's just that like there was a like nine-tailed fox trapped in a young boy's body.
And
Like they had
that's
to trap
him.
that entity in his body because it was destroying villages.
But what you gather out of this is more disturbing confirmation that you look very much like this vision, that this entity seems to actually be a part of real life history. She disappeared about the same time you were born.
What the fuck?
And equally disturbing, you have never heard of the concept of, actual Fey-born creatures being able to be truly killed.
This is gonna be a fun little adventure.
But according to this,
we did tell Ethan about the crown and the Fae that imbued it and everything, right?
I assume we
He
would
went over
have.
everything we knew, I'd hope.
yeah, you would have gone over everything you did know, and
I had notes about a Fae, because you talking about a Fae made me think of it. I'm like, who the heck was this Fae that I wrote down? I went back in the recap and found out who it was. So I wanted to make sure we let her know what she's in for, hopefully.
Mhm. So that is what you learned, Echo, while you were in the library.
I'm just probably like, kind of like freaking out a little bit, like, just like a little scared, a little bit freaking out inside.
When you see, but when you see the author's depiction of the Queen, you hear that laugh. She doesn't say anything else this time. She doesn't try to talk to you. She doesn't physically appear, but you do hear that kind of cackle
Bitch.
when you see the image and recognize your own face within this depiction.
I rush out of the temple as fast as I possibly can.
All right. Roll a perception check.
I sent you a note on Facebook to Matt.
$19.
Okay, you narrowly avoid running into a scribe who is carrying a large, loose stack of papers.
Oh shit.
Managed not to knock him over and scatter the pile.
I quickly
Malcolm,
apologize
Roll a
about almost
perception
running
check.
into him.
All right. You're gonna have to
Wait,
roll
am I supposed to
high.
Perception?
What's that?
Is
Oh,
I
no,
supposed to
I-
roll perception?
No, I need Malcolm to do it now.
Oh.
That's something I can roll good on. 24.
Okay, yeah, you do just happen to catch a glimpse of her passing by one of the aisles that you are lost in. Almost run. You see her almost run into one of the scribes.
I'm sorry. I was hoping she got away scot free. I was just like,
No.
I hope. Nope. Nope.
Almost.
So close.
So yes, I saw her come flying past. Almost take out a scribe.
Oh my god, that's gonna be a fun conversation later.
Echo, what did you do with the book that you were reading when you saw that image?
Oh, please tell me you threw it. I would have thrown it.
I probably just, I think I dropped it and then just bolted.
Okay.
Like, cause once I heard the laughter, I kind of just like terrified, like I felt, okay, I'm gonna, sorry. Like, kind of as if I got like shocked. It kind of dropped it like I got shocked and kind of just bolted. Like, nope, I'm just leaving. Nope. I'm gonna leave now.
I'm gonna walk away now. This didn't happen.
I'm just gonna walk away now. I'm just gonna leave.
Are these the kind of scribes, and is this the kind of place where they'd be like yelling after her, no running in the library?
Or are they gonna be like, shh?
Scribes are pretty low ranking. Not the ones that would be likely to confront a guest.
Interesting.
They might get a little upset at the fact that I
Almost
probably
knocked
dropped the
over
book on the floor.
Yeah, when they find that, they'll be a little bit frustrated. But
Fuck, who the fuck did this?
Okay, so I saw her go past, so that's going to be something that Malcolm is going to probably bring up later on.
While we're eating dinner in the airship, just everything's quiet.
Just
So,
I don't
Echo!
have anywhere. I won't have anywhere to run because we're on an airship for several days.
she opens the front hatch. All right, I'm out. like Mr. Reynolds in IT Crowd when he's told the police are there to talk to him about irregularities.
Hold on a minute. Opens the
So
window.
here, could you put some cheese
They're
on?
here to talk to you about some irregularities in the pension fund.
Yep, that's when he opens the window and jumps out. Excuse me a moment.
But because of the fact that I'm rushing out of there a little bit scared, I really need to talk to someone, so I go and find Mira.
Okay.
Wasn't expecting that one.
Because Echo's having a little bit of a panic attack.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm gonna guess she's probably not used to.
All right, so you go and find Mira.
Where the fuck am I? I didn't even say what I was doing.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Just walk in on her in the most awkward situation.
I'm like, fucking my girlfriend opens the door.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I didn't even think about that. There is a small chance you might have been reconnecting with
Ethan.
Arget. Or,
Oh my god! Malcolm, I stole your girl!
Well,
Ethan.
I missed something.
I called her girlfriend by the wrong name. So is that where she finds you? Does she find you,
I want to say we're at a picnic, with Wolfric.
What?
Assuming there's a nice place to actually have a little picnic. Hey, there's more to life than just sex. Maybe I wanted to settle down a little bit. Instead of
somewhat
being tied
cloudy
up.
day for a picnic, but yep. All right.
I like
so,
cloudy days.
All
Echo,
I can
you
picture is two characters that look exactly like Brienne of Tarth in full armor sitting on a picnic blanket.
I feel like she would be in full armor.
which in canon they do not remove for sex, so it is very, very loud.
Very hard to
Metal against metal.
Can't tell if people are fighting or fucking.
That's great.
So full armor on a blanket, both like, oh, it's hot today. It's quite warm.
All right, so Echo, you find
I
them.
rush and find Mira, but then I see what she's doing, and I'm just like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, come
Never-
sit. What's
Never
wrong?
mind. I was just like, I needed someone to talk to.
Then
I'm
come.
freaking out, but
Come.
never
sit
mind.
down.
You're busy.
No.
You're busy.
Hey. Sit your butt down. I need more pop and rum.
And
What? I'm drinking. Fuck you. I can drink.
I'm also drinking.
I am holding Puppy.
But I tell her about the visions that I've been having and what I found in the book.
Okay. You started having these at the prison?
Yes. When I was meditating and trying to sleep. But yes.
Okay. What do you need me to do to help you out with this situation? Excuse me,
I don't know.
that didn't happen.
I'm just freaking out. I don't know what it is. I just saw a picture in the book that looked like myself.
Okay, what I'm gonna need you to do, I'm gonna need you to I kind of like grab her by the shoulders and I kind of need you to take a few deep breaths here. Me knocking over my dice. I'm gonna need you to calm down. Take a few deep breaths. I know you're freaking out, and I know this is a crazy situation. Ethan, do you mind if we postpone this while I try to help her out?
Of course, I should go get ready for my trip.
Hope to see you again soon.
Always. And she turns and leaves.
Clank, 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 clank.
Would you guys like some time to prepare for this conversation?
Yeah.
All right, so we are going to go ahead and go to break, and when we get back, we will see what Mira and Echo discuss. So we will be back in about 10 minutes. All right, and we are back. Ryan is not on screen.
There we go.
There we go.
Look,
All right, go for it.
I need you to calm down. Come, sit down.
Okay. Sorry. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. I've never felt this way before.
It's okay.
Okay, I'm taking deep breaths. But like she disappeared like 125 years ago, which was around the time I was born, and I don't know what's going. She looks like me. I don't know why, and it's terrifying me.
It's understandable. Have you ever thought that maybe you could be a reincarnated version of her? It could be explained why you're having the visions.
No, that's terrifying.
I'm blind.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I mean, I haven't thought about it because it's a scary thought. I've read what she did. It's a scary thought to think that.
Can I tell you something? I've only spoken to one other person about this, and, well, you met her. She's my partner. We did have another party member, another friend. He was a very close friend of ours. He also had visions. He had visions of revenge because he wanted to avenge his wife. And one night he had a vision where he coughed up sulfur after. And it turns out that he was being offered power by none other than Orcus himself. We ended up losing that friend just recently. And if you're having
I'm so
visions
sorry.
like this, it's okay. I'm still dealing with his loss. I never knew how close we were or how much he meant to me till I lost him. I think we should talk to Malcolm. See, Alaric kind of carried it himself for a while before he spoke to any of us. I think we should bring it up now so we can help you. So we don't lose you
Okay.
the way that we lost him. But first, let's sit here so you can calm down, relax. It's better to talk to him with a clear head.
Okay.
Kind of.
Can I tap into the earring of whisper
Yep.
and let him know that we need to talk to him?
Yeah, he's probably close enough.
Malcolm, if you can meet us at the... Oh, where are we actually? Guard?
You're at a park
No.
within the city.
If you can meet us at the park in the city, that would be great. We need to talk.
Get the message, and I start walking in the direction of the park that she describes to me. Is Wolfric a dire wolf?
Yes, I believe
He's a regular wolf. He's an abnormal gray wolf, I believe. He's just the size of a dire wolf.
Fluffy. I want to pet the puppy.
Well, you have a service therapy wolf. So
Yeah.
Wait, is
Yeah.
Wolfric with us?
Yes, Wolfric is with us.
I
I would feel like he would actually sense her
That's what I was
anxiety
getting at.
and
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting at. Wolfric was probably gathering that you were panicking, and this probably came over and
just like,
nudged you for pats.
yeah, like I'm right here. Pet me.
So yeah, I work my way there, and I see one person in plate armor on a picnic blanket. And I don't think Echo even wears armor, does she? If she's like leather, maybe.
But yeah, I think it's just leather.
So I see both of them, and I walk up, and I'm like, "Didn't I just see you rushing out of the library?"
He's
Yes.
What's going on? I mean, I was lost until I saw you run by, and I'm like, "Well, that must be the way out." So.
Having
was-
small
I was
situation.
panicking.
Go ahead.
What were you panicking about?
Mira, would you like to help me with this? This is
I
difficult
can
for
help
me.
you. Yes, I can help you. You remember how Alaric was having visions?
Visions of power offered by Orcus.
Yes, but with her it's quite different. She's having visions of the Queen. She managed to do a little bit of research in the library, came across a picture. She looks exactly like Echo.
And then I heard her laugh, and then I dropped the book and I ran as fast as I could.
She's been
So
having these visions
the
since
queen.
the prison.
I'm assuming that that's some kind of fae creature.
Yes.
Well, I don't have much experience with the fae myself, besides almost dying to a plant.
Yes, I remember that day.
But
Yeah, the plants can be a little bit terrifying if you don't have.
it was it crafted a very strong illusion of Argat in danger, and I went running headfirst to help her, and it wasn't real.
Yeah, the plants can be a little bit unsettling if you don't have experience with them.
Well, that's the only experience I have with fey creatures. But you're saying this queen just disappeared 125 years ago?
Yes. Around the time that I think it was around the time that I was born, and she was immortal. She shouldn't have been able to be killed.
But could she have been imprisoned or reborn into another creature?
It's a possibility.
It seems odd to me that
It didn't really specify how she did.
it seems like a very strong coincidence that you were born at the same time that she disappeared, and you both look the exact same. Unless you're being tricked, or in some way, shape, or form, it's an illusion to make you think that she looks like you.
That's an interesting concept. Didn't think about that.
Well, the disturbing thing for her when she read the book was where it could have been in her head with the visions when she saw the image in the book. It somewhat confirmed
The
that
the
concept.
image in the book looked exactly like me.
Now, Eka, did you also relay the waking vision, the last one you had before you got on the
Yes.
ship, where she told you you
Yeah,
don't
that's
deserve...
why I kind of turned blue and everything kind of turned cold, was because I also had a vision when I was awake before I got on the ship.
What has she said in these visions to you?
Different things like.
Would you like me
Oh
to
my
fill
gosh,
in
I
here?
can't even- I would like to. Yeah, can I get some assistance with this? Because I can't remember exactly what she said.
She told her that the reason that when her village was attacked that the creatures did not do anything with her was because that they recognized the queen within her. She has told her that she should never have left the Fae realm. and the last thing she said to her during that waking vision was that this group she's now with is a group of heroes, and because of what she is, she doesn't deserve to be with the Regulators.
Well, that I just shake off as nonsense and
I
tell her,
agree with Malcolm.
you deserve to be here, or else you wouldn't be among our numbers. First of all, and if what these visions are telling you is true, she told you in her first vision that she's within you. So either she is somehow, like I said, imprisoned within you, or you are the same person and you're awakening to that right now. Again, you're a fey creature. I don't know enough to say one thing or another. We would have to speak to somebody that may have more knowledge of the fey realm than we do.
Do you think
It's just
Lorimer
terrifying that I might
might know?
awaken to be such a terrifying and almost evil person.
You haven't done anything evil before us. I don't think you would be the same.
I think evil is really in your decisions, and I think that you're a strong person, Echo. And even if something were to awaken in you, you can make the decision to not let them be in control of you.
Yeah.
Just guard yourself. Make sure to be open with your thoughts if need be. If you have a fear or you sense some kind of danger, just let us know. We're here for you.
Okay.
And to be fair, these three were very different people before they had their memories erased.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, you're right about that. I was a bitch.
We were. I was a thief. Well, I still kind of steal.
Not as much, though.
We smuggle now. We don't really steal as much. We smuggle. Although sky piracy might become very lucrative in the future.
I was assuming Arquette lets you have some fun.
All right, so that's the end of this conversation for now.
Yep.
Mhm.
I thank them for their help and for helping me calm down.
What time of the day is this, Matt? Is it like noonish?
Yeah, we made it up to
Early
about
morning?
noon.
So I tell them, and I'm also going to let Zuko. I'll send a message to Zuko too. You know, let's all relax in beds in town or something for the night, and then we'll leave in the morning for Nuremberg.
I agree. Malcolm, you should visit Arquette for a little bit.
What's that?
You should visit Arquette for a little bit.
That's my plan. Sarget is in the city, right? I keep forgetting if she's in Anexa or Palhas.
You left her in her Nexa with Clan Bob.
Okay.
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 I keep confusing the cities, too.
Yeah, well, to be fair, you guys haven't been back to Palhas for a while, mostly because she's here and...
Too bad there's not a way like to video chat. Technology's not there yet.
Palhas. Sounds like Gavin.
Oh my god, how is he doing? He's gone. He left a while ago.
Yeah, he headed back to Earrenia to finish his
studies.
schooling. All right. So you spend the rest of the day enjoying a little break, your freedom from prison. Malcolm, you get some opportunities to catch up with Arquette, who is really starting to feel the pregnancy.
Oh no! Coming from a woman who's been pregnant, that doesn't mean that's not a good thing.
But she enjoys her company.
I try to spend time with her as much as I can, and make sure she doesn't have to do anything for the whole when I'm there.
Ooh, rest your feet, baby. I got everything.
Well, while she is well taken care of at the palace, the change of pace from servants taking care of her needs to someone she actually cares about, making sure that she has everything she needs is a nice change of pace. Helps distract her from the various discomforts of pregnancy.
I even
Oh,
take
yeah.
my hat off for a minute and sit on the ottoman between her legs and grab one of her feet and give her a little foot massage for a few minutes.
Roll for foot massage. Okay.
Is that dexterity or strength?
That'd be dexterity.
Uh-oh.
It'd be funny if you rolled a 1 for
Oh, shit.
the worst foot massage ever.
You broke Argette's toe.
Seven. Do I include proficiency? No, it's 17 for a foot massage. So.
Okay. She
Pretty
seems
good.
to enjoy it. You managed to put her to sleep with it.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the Malcolm way.
All right. The following morning, you guys re-embark. The ship is resupplied. Hold on a second. I need. Do you check in at the bank again?
Oh, yeah, we should.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get my shit.
That's
Be right back. Ow!
Oh wait, what is 10% of 1,400? That would be 140, right?
Yeah.
Oh wait. 10% of 2,800, which would be
280.
80. You have earned another 1,120 gold for ships commissioned while you were in prison.
Okie dokie.
Oh, man, these are great.
All right, so you have 7 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so Malcolm, you have 14 sessions of training at your disposal if you choose to use it.
Just so everybody knows, if you for some reason you do need money, we have 8,120 gold pieces in the bank right now.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm okay. I've got 6,999.
So $69.99.
Echo is unsure of how to use money.
How much gold does the king have? Just wondering, asking for a friend.
I'll be right back. I gotta go use the bathroom. That's okay.
I'm just kidding. Echo knows how to use money. She just hasn't used it yet.
Can we buy our own country yet?
All right, so you have 14 sessions of training if you want to use that on Jack. You can finish stock, which still has 4 training sessions to go.
Yeah, I would like to do that for sure. I feel like I'm missing some of the initial commands, but we can fill that in
Is Jack a monkey?
offline.
What's that?
Yes. Yes, Jack
That's
is
a monkey, right?
Yep, undead capuchin monkey. I think he was capuchin.
Yeah.
Echo's gonna watch as Malcolm trains the monkey. Intrigued by what this creature is.
It is an undead capuchin monkey who does not know he is undead.
Oh.
Never-
you know the monkey from Jack Sparrow, the Pirates of the Caribbean movies?
Yeah.
That's him.
Awesome.
I would like. Can we say that while I was out at the library and everything, I got a small pair of symbols?
Toss out 5 silver for a tiny pair of symbols.
Okay. Because one of the things I want to teach him is perform. And literally, I want him like the little monkeys.
1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 10 sessions to use on other things. What is the next trick you want to teach him?
Perform. And then steal jewelry after that.
Okay, so steal. Perform.
Well, he already learned steal and steal coin purse. This one specifically is steal jewelry.
Did
So
we
like I
say
would train
that?
him to, like, take rings or a necklace or something off?
Did we decide that we have to be that specific? Thought we were just going to do a steal command.
It said there was 18. My notes say there's 18 tricks total I could teach him, and that's one of the 1, 2, 3, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. I only have 12 listed, and that's one of them. So that's why I'm saying I don't think
if
I
you're
have the
doing
whole list
jewelry-
here. Maybe.
I could volunteer. I have a medallion.
Okay, I just feel like that's being hyper specific. I wonder.
I can't remember. Maybe we did think that. I mean, if that's the case, then I could just teach him something else, like maybe Harry.
Okay, I see. Steal coin purse. That only took 3 sessions.
Yeah, I think we decided that wouldn't take him the full 6 because he already knew the steal command. It would just be telling him to do something more specific.
Special. Okay, so you're doing perform, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so 6 out of 6 on perform. And you want to do spend 3 hours on jewelry, steal jewelry. Which leaves you with 1 hour to start on another trick.
Do ride.
What's that?
Ride. I don't know specifically what that means. That means like riding on my shoulder, or like him jumping on a mount.
I think that would be him jumping on a mount. That would be essentially
Him and
teaching
Wolfric.
him animal handling.
Oh yeah, freaking Jack and Wolfric together. I could dig it.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Can I teach him to shoot a gun?
In theory, yes. You could, if you designed one small enough for him to use.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
Have little Jack riding Wolfric, pulling out two little one shots.
Yep.
All right. So you're 1 hour into riding training. Zuko, I assume you're going to be fletching during the
Yes.
trip.
I'm putting my life away. Making arrows for every day.
So let's see. 16 times 7. Roll a your fletching check, the dexterity plus proficiency, or no, sorry, without the proficiency. A dexterity check with advantage.
Alright. Well, I got a nat 20, so.
Nice. All right, so
Cool.
224 hours of training on fletching. 24 plus 788. You are officially proficient in fletching, and you have another 7 days of fletching. We'll say another 200 arrows. But you can officially add fletching to your proficiency list, and from now on, when you are fletching, you will have proficiency in those checks.
All right.
Been working on that for a long time.
It's been a very long time.
Oh my god! I just realized on this list we have Alaric in his training on herbalism.
Oh no.
0 out of 2,000 hours. Wonder when he'll get that finished.
Never.
All right, and Mira.
Yep.
I'm going to need you to do 20 herbalism checks. Is your wisdom or is your dexterity higher?
Let me check. We're doing proficiencies?
Well, is your dexterity modifier or your wisdom modifier higher?
They're both the same.
Okay. All right. So do 7 dexterity checks with proficiency.
Oh, also, at some time in this fight during this week, I want to look at that box with the magnifying glass.
Okay, we'll get to that.
22?
Pass.
Oh. 13?
Fail.
Ouch. Natural 1.
Ooh, fail. Another bad one.
7?
Fail.
You're going to dice jail!
Another fail.
Yes!
All right, that potion is ruined, but you did still spend the money on resources, so make sure you.
Wait, okay, so I failed,
At making the paralyzing potion.
but I didn't roll 7 times.
Oh, how? Oh, wait, we were only up to 5. Okay, so 1 pass, 4 failures.
Yeah. Damn, fucking...
How many passes does she need?
I was gonna say that at least half of them needed to be passes.
20.
Pass.
15.
Fail. And I just realized though you have full days, so you can actually make extra attempts.
Okay.
Should be 14 total. So as long as you can get up to 7 passes,
Okay. And how many passes do I have?
you have 2.
5 more passes.
Okay.
So you got to get 4 more passes
more.
in the next 7.
Okay. Do I roll again?
Yep.
Okay. Fail.
Fail.
Yeah.
2 more fails and we're done.
Shush. 22.
Pass.
Fail.
Change to D20s. I think that one's.
I only have 3. Oh wait, no, I have 4. One.
Pass.
16.
Fail.
Fuck you.
Has to be. It's DC 20. Remember.
Wrong.
19?
I'll be generous and give that one to you. You gotta get 2 more passes. How many are we up to now? How many rolls?
I mean, she's already failed. There's no way to get 7.
Ah. All right. So
You're all going to dice jail.
remove 500 gold, and unfortunately, you have a useless. I'll say you successfully created poison,
Okay.
but that's it. You can't really fail at making poison.
500 gold piece potion of poison.
I feel.
But it does not have the paralyzing effect that you were going for.
My dice have failed me.
All
I
right.
might just hurt his tummy.
Echo, anything you're doing over that week-long trip?
No, just reading
Okay.
and watching what everybody else is doing.
All right. So, at the end of 7 days, you have been traveling past the Highland Mountains into the marches of Kartonok. Malcolm, you are called up to the cockpit as Duskchin, the bridge, as Duskchin lets you know that you are arriving at Nuremvik. Nuremvik.
Okay, so I'll go up to the bridge and take a look out the windows.
It is a little past sunrise. And below you, you see a lush, oversized forest on the north face of the Highland Mountains. A large, wide river snakes across the landscape in between the trees, and you see a narrow snake-like river on this river, and a town spreading out from the 2 sides of this lake. As you fly over the town, you notice that even from above, that the architecture here is a little bit odd for Kartonok. Obviously very different from the last place you were here in this country, because this is not frozen tundra. But the architecture looks very much more Iranian. And you spot some blue roofs, which are indicative of Iranian and other similar cultures, wealthy homeowners, nobles, stuff like that. As you pass the town and Duskchin is trying to find a landing spot, you notice at the northern end of this lake is a dam. And you realize that the lake that you passed over, that this town is built around, is man-made. Duskchin manages to find a thinner area of the forest surrounding this town, and sets the ship down. Oh, I'm sorry, we skipped over one thing. Oh, well, okay, so yeah, we'll do it this way. Kaylee has been looking into the item, trying to identify it. And what you have is a talisman of ultimate evil.
Oh, hell no. Bury it.
Talisman of ultimate evil. Do we know what the hell it does?
It is a wondrous item, legendary, requires attunement by a creature of evil alignment. This item symbolizes unrepentant evil. A creature that is neither good nor evil in alignment takes 6d6 necrotic damage upon touching the talisman. A good creature takes 8d6 necrotic damage upon touching the talisman. Either sort of creature takes the damage again each time it ends its turn holding or carrying it. Evil clerics and paladins can use it as a holy symbol. Talisman has 6 charges. If you are wearing or holding it, you can use an action to expend 1 charge from the talisman and choose 1 creature you can see on the ground within 120 feet of you. If the target is of good alignment, a flaming fissure opens under it. The target must succeed on a DC 20 dexterity saving throw or fall into the fissure and be destroyed, leaving no remains.
Shit.
What the fuck are we gonna do with this thing?
And of course, I don't heavily use alignment, so in theory, anyone who isn't, just outright evil, it in theory could work on as a weapon. But of course, you're going to take some
damage along with
damage to.
You have to attune to it too.
Yeah.
Doesn't attunement require wearing it?
For an hour, yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Although, interestingly enough, from your experience being near the box, you are slightly less sensitive to it than Zuko, for example.
Yeah.
How does Echo feel when close
Love
to the
this
box?
thing.
Why are you testing this out on me?
Does she feel drawn to it at all?
Because the queen inside you is trying to say you're evil, so let's see,
Let's see how
We
you
still
react.
haven't told Zuko about this, have we?
Oh my god, yeah, no, we haven't sat down and freaking talked to him yet.
We haven't sat down and talked to Zuko about this.
All right, Echo, you are being offered an opportunity. Do you get anywhere near this thing?
Sure, why not? I'm not.
even like Zuko just touching the box was like sick to his stomach, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
I nervously approach it, seeing as you guys were basically saying that Zuko got sick, so I'm just like, okay.
So Echo, you approach the object, and it feels similar to the weapons that Mira and Zuko are carrying, but in the inverse way. It radiates darkness in the way that light would normally spread. And it does make you feel extremely uncomfortable.
Okay.
I don't know if you go any further than just getting near it, but
No, I kind of back away, not liking the feeling. And I just tell them, I was like, no, it doesn't make me sick, but I don't feel comfortable being near it.
and Zuko went as far as
And
actually
Zuko-
carrying the case that it was in, so that's what he got poisoned, essentially. I just had a brain fart and forgot her name. What the hell?
Kill it?
Kaylee. Yes, Kaylee looks very worn out from her attempt at identifying this item. I don't know what your intentions are with this, Malcolm, but the sooner we can get it off of this ship, the better. Obviously, we don't want this falling into the wrong hands, but we don't want it in ours for too long either.
Did Zuko feel sick when he got near the box?
he felt uncomfortable, kind of ill when he got near it, like about the same feeling you had. He got like actually sick from carrying the case that was containing it.
Malcolm, do you remember the people that came after we took the tablet? The last piece.
The archive, the people from the archive.
Do you think this is something they'd be able to hide?
Probably, but I don't know that we. I mean, Lorimer would be able to get in contact with them.
And he doesn't like being in contact with them.
No, he does not care for them very much. I would say I would throw it in the middle of this lake, but who knows what effect it might have on the wildlife and the people in this town if we were to do that. So, as of right now, let's put it back in the wizard's door so it's not on the ship itself and making people uncomfortable.
Yeah. And I bring up the fact that just from when people were near it for long periods of time, when they were smuggling the drugs into the prison, people were getting sick.
I agree. We can put it in the wizard's door for now. But I do think we should bring it up to Lorimer. He might be able to find a way to hide it.
So, what
Okay,
exactly,
good idea to
what
put it in
exactly
the
is
wizard's
the
door.
what exactly is the effect it has on me?
You. It's still. You can feel the evil radiating off of it, but you, for some reason, feel like you are able to control it a little bit more. Like you have some sort of resistance to its effects. If its primary damage, of course, is necrotic, and
Which I
you
do
are the
have
champion of
resistance
death.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a resistance to necrotic damage. Because of my leather armor of the Souls Templars. Would Cluesmere possibly be considered a good character? Or they have potentially an evil alignment from years of being stuck underground, driving himself mad?
I think as he went mad, he would kind of start leaning into that evil side, which is why he was put away.
Because my thought was, if we can somehow get it on him, he'd take 6d6 damage every turn until he died. But if he's evil, it probably he wouldn't take that damage.
Yeah.
Alright, so what do you want to do?
I think we should wizard door for now.
Okay. So you get it into the wizard door where it can't really hurt anything.
And I write Lorimer a note on the scroll of message, letting him know it's there, so whenever he drops the key off.
See if you could find a way to hide it.
Yeah, he can look into it or determine what we should do with it.
All right.
But let him know what it is too, and that it may make him sick.
Alrighty. All right. So you guys ready to disembark?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Are you taking Wolfric on this trip? Are you ready to bring him actually on the adventures?
Yes, there's, as long as he doesn't get drowned this time.
All right. So you make your way out of the ship.
Jack's coming too.
All right, fantastic. All right, so you guys are going to have to remind me that your pets are there, because if they're, especially like in the Jack's case, if he's on your person and you take like some sort of area of effect damage, I need to remember that he.
Like when Keyleth had, no, not Keyleth.
Jester.
Jester
and her
had the little-
seemingly
yeah.
immortal ferret.
Yeah.
Because
everybody kept forgetting about him.
kept forgetting about.
Was somehow able to survive everything.
All right. So you guys make your way out of the ship. You follow the path into town, which goes up next to the dam. The dam seems to be the only way to cross to the eastern part of the town. But you don't. You wouldn't see any reason necessarily for crossing at this point.
Isn't that the prison map still?
Hey, why are we
Yeah.
back? Why are we back?
Why are we back in the prison?
I'm
I
changing
don't
the
get
image.
out.
We got out. Was it all hallucination? It was all a dream.
I seem to be having a lot of those.
Let's see.
It was all a hallucination.
Himmenberg.
Suddenly we all wake up underneath the stairs.
Oh no. The dragon just staring us down.
Like, yeah, fuck you, you're gonna die too. Cece being like, I wanna pet the dragon before I die.
I wanna pet the dragon. Mira's just like,
Danger floof!
what? Danger floof.
Bear with me just a moment. I'm trying to find a map of the town.
It's called that for a reason.
If dangerous, why friend-shaped?
Alright, for some reason I cannot find the map.
What the? What
but-
the hell? Did it not say it?
It must not have got transferred for some reason.
I'm sorry.
But, no worries. Let's go ahead and... Alright, so you make your way into this town, and again, as you saw from above, the architecture of a lot of the buildings here just seems out of place for Kartonok culture. Also, based on the physical size of the town, not a lot of foot traffic.
Interesting.
There's definitely people around going about their business. Most of them seem to be natives of Kartonok. But seems very empty for the size of the settlement itself. The buildings, especially along the lake itself, are definitely more Earrenian architecture. Many of the rooftops are blue in color and seem to be authentic. Most people know that blue roofs, the reason most nobles' roofs are blue, it is a very expensive paint taken from a rare desert plant that intentionally repels water to attract insects, which it then eats. It is very expensive to get a hold of, but it is a great way to, have a home last a long time because it literally causes the rainwater to bounce off. But not something you'd expect to see with more in touch with nature people like the people of Kartonok.
Does there appear to be what might be a mayor or somebody in charge here?
You don't see anybody that necessarily, sticks out as someone of power. But you can, of course, always talk to, a local.
I guess that's what we'll do.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
You find a young adult woman, native to Kartonok. You get her attention, and she doesn't seem thrown off by your language, unlike last time you were in one of these towns. She introduces herself. Hi, I'm Ceci. You're new around here.
Hello.
Yes, we're passing through. This appears to be a much different town than the last one we visited in this area.
Oh, well, you've been here before? Do you happen to remember where you were? And since you probably don't, it was Sursock.
Yes, Searsock.
Oh, that's very far north. Well, yes. I mean, obviously down here we don't live in ice domes. It's a bit more temperate, but it's also different. Well, this town has a unique history. Many years ago, hold on, I have it right. A wizard happened upon our town about 100 years ago and saw an opportunity to make money. He constructed the dam that created this lake and began selling, I believe he called it teleportation access to rich people in the countries of the south. Encouraged them to build summer homes.
Does this wizard have a name?
Oh, he's been gone for many years. That's just how this town became what it is. He fortunately, with the quorum of a Creomond, when all of the wars stopped, we managed to reclaim our town. While the nobles definitely do still use it as a place to rest and relax, we have regained control over the town. We make our own decisions, and the town is no longer expanding. The visitors here are still subject to our rules, and we can keep them from harming the environment any more than the first visitors did.
So do multiple nobles own one residence for several weeks out of the year?
Yes. I don't really understand the concept, but when the weather's a bit nicer, it is a beautiful place, of course. They quite often come up and stay in these homes temporarily.
Malcolm takes a mental note to ask Lorimer if he started a fucking timeshare program.
Is he still sleeping?
Yep. But as I said, it's much better than it was long ago. The expansion has stopped, and we've learned to take advantage of the. That sounds a little bit wrong, but we've learned to adapt to the unique culture here, and we've all learned the language. We provide services that they find useful. And even some less wealthy people have come to visit and enjoy the scenery, get away from what you call civilization. It's actually kind of nice now. But that is why we look so much, our town looks so much different than what you're probably used to in Kartonok. May I ask why you're here?
What should we tell this person, guys? We're just passing through.
Really kind of.
Like, is this town? Is this town actually called Nuremberg? Nuremberg?
Yes, yes,
Or-
that's
Okay. Is he under this town?
Oh my god.
Like, do we actually know where he's entombed? Like, is it
Uh,
under this town or lake or something? Or
Salas told you that the start of the path, his tomb is in the mountains.
Oh.
The closest place that he could think of to start would be Nurmavik.
so maybe we could just say that we're going for an expedition into the mountains.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's
True,
what you tell
gotta
her?
lie, but you know. In between.
That's what you tell her?
Yeah.
Okay. None of you are Leviathans. Are you going to the Trail of Fear?
I'm not familiar with the Trail of Fear.
What is
What do you
the
know
fear?
about
Trail of
this?
Fear.
Oh, that's another thing that our town is unique for. There's a ritual among some of the Leviathan tribes. They follow what they call the Trail of Fear. It's an old. She looks for the words. A funeral pilgrimage trail. A long time ago, there are crypts up in the mountains, apparently, from very, very old Leviathan families, and the trail to getting there is seen as some sort of test of will for Leviathans. Not only, of course, the forest is full of dangers of its own. But I get the impression they think one of the crypts up there is haunted in some way.
She doesn't seem to be alarmed by Leviathans coming on this trail.
No,
Is
we're
that
quite
kind of
used to
the sense
it.
I'm getting?
Yeah, you get the impression it's just part of, like, their a year in their life is Leviathans coming by to start this journey.
Well, I'll say that, actually, I think I do have some Leviathan blood somewhere down the line, and I thought this might be interesting to come do. Do you have perhaps a map of this Trail of Fear, or?
Not a map, but from what I understand, it's fairly simple. You just follow the river south into the mountains. They say eventually you'll reach the beginning of where they actually started these funeral rituals, and from there there's an ancient, well, I guess you wouldn't call it a road, but a stairway, a permanent trail that was used to reach these crypts. You can't miss it.
Is this permanent staircase happen to be very large, built for Leviathans?
Well, yes, I imagine it originally was. Of course, Leviathans aren't that much. I mean, they are tall, but I don't imagine that it's impossible for normal-sized folks. No, that sounds rude. People like us to climb. I mean,
Well, then,
Leviathans seem to be able to use our stairs just
uh,
fine.
Yeah, I appreciate all the information. Do you know how long of a trip it might be for up to the older tombs?
Based on how long they're gone, I'd say about 2.5 days one way. Depending on how the weather is, of course. Most of the trail the way the mountain slopes, most of the trail should be pretty easy. It's the last stretch when you get above the tree line that probably gets difficult, especially if the snow starts coming down.
So it sounds like we're gonna need some winter gear.
You should all still have winter gear from...
True. I'm just mentioning that out loud.
I think that'd be the only one who doesn't have winter gear.
Yes, she would have
That
been.
is true. Well, if you need anything before you take the trip, I can guide you to some of the good local shops that'll have it. Just let me know what you need. I'm happy to help.
Sounds great.
Is there any specific brand of clothing that is popular in this town?
Brand? Oh, you mean a preferred merchant? Well,
Yes.
I suppose I know who the visitors prefer. We don't really compete with each other in our culture, but there is more than one source for most of this stuff, and I can tell you what outsiders tend to prefer.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind. That way you can get us
Matthew.
pointed in the right direction
Off
for
topic.
our companion.
Cup size.
What? Small.
32A.
Probably something like that.
Yeah, that's what I used to be.
Kartonokians tend to be kind of small-framed people.
Somebody had to do it.
Having the culture that developed in the cold, the less that's sticking out from you, the less can get
So in other
frostbite and
words,
fall off.
I'd be fucked, guys. I'd be fucked. Tatas.
I'd be fine.
Yes,
No
you would be.
tapas.
All right, so
I have a pregnant wife. Or else I would be hitting on her.
Echo, are you wanting to buy anything while you are here?
I think you should.
Yes. Probably winter gear.
At least a North Face jacket.
Oh my god, Matt, you should make an NPC that sounds like the guy from Frozen. Yoo-hoo!
Yoo-hoo!
Big summer blowout.
Big summer blowout. I should have done that. I wish I had thought of that, Ed. All right, bear with me a moment.
The only one crazy enough to be in this storm is you, dear. You and this fellow.
Baba Yaga.
Reindeers are better than people. Ooh.
Sven, don't you think
And
I'm
don't you know that's
right?
true?
I can't remember the
The
freaking
kids have been
conversion
watching
rate.
that nonstop lately, so like my brain's.
I like the second one better.
I love the second one better. I love it.
More or less for one song.
Which one's that?
Lost in the woods, on a different path than mine.
Please tell me I'm not the only one that was laughing about the reindeer.
What's funny is,
Anna, Elsa, Samantha. I don't even know
No,
Samantha.
Samantha.
All right, so you want some winter gear?
Yes.
All right, I cannot find my conversion chart, but I believe the snowsuit is 10 gold,
No suit.
which will keep you
Okay.
at higher elevations from gaining exhaustion just from being out in the cold.
I should stop fiddling with my rings.
I put my boots of the Winterlands on.
Copy. Also, gear-wise, if you feel the need, they also sell snowshoes and climbers kits.
10. Shakira.
Thanks. Mind you, that's just because I've been drinking pop.
Okay, and snow. What was the other thing? Boots and climber's kit?
They have snowshoes, which keeps snow from being difficult terrain, and climbers kit, which allows you, of course, to climb, cliff faces and stuff like that. Which
Okay.
I believe you guys might actually have a couple climbers kits with you anyway.
We do. I think Jake Zuko has a magical grappling hook.
Yep.
Yes, he
I do.
does.
And then you guys picked up some climbing gear off of some dead people in that the people who drank too much and froze to death in that ice cave.
Yeah. In the magical grappling hook, if you leave the grappling hook in place, people can just keep tugging on the thing until get teleported to the top, right?
Correct.
Yes. So we're gonna have to get Wolfric to be like gnawing at the arrow to get to it.
Yes.
Oh, that's why you have that
yeah.
magic collar.
Yeah, the collar. I forgot about that. Ooh.
How much
can you
was a
make bracelet
snowsuit and
to actually-
snowshoes?
The snowsuit is 10 gold. The shoes, if you want to add snowshoes to it, it is 4 gold.
So,
Okay.
14 gold total.
Which is no problem.
No problem for us. Unlike the beginning.
Yes, and you are all a little surprised down here. You don't. They actually accept foreign currency, where you actually had to have it converted at the last time you were at. But this place is clearly it's one of those places where it's like set up for tourists. All right. Anything else you guys need before you leave town?
I don't think so.
Well, I would think that we probably want to make sure we have our tent with us.
I think we always have the tent with us.
I can't remember if you guys have it on you or if you had it in the cart.
We had it in the cart, which I don't think we're going to be taking a cart up here.
No. Someone go back to the ship and get it. I'll get it. I'll go get it.
All right. Anything else?
I can't think
Do
of
we
anything.
have
Can
enough
you guys think of
rations?
anything else?
Do we have enough rations?
We probably want to make sure we have enough rations too. 5 days of rations. Any other shopping we need to do that you guys can think of?
They sell ration kits here for 5 silver apiece.
I'll buy one.
Is it one ration per day? I can't remember.
Yeah, one
It's
ration.
One ration per meal.
It's 1 ration per day.
Okay. Those for 5 silver pieces, you said?
Yep.
Wolfric's coming with us. What can I get him?
The ration kits here are very. I mean, they're old-fashioned, and it definitely could. It's usually dried meat and stuff like that. So you could.
Okay.
He might eat a little more than you do in a given day, but yeah, you can get him pretty much the same stuff.
Just in case.
All right.
Well, you
That
don't have
was
the more than
silver?
2.
5 silver apiece.
So that's 10 silver.
Jack.
You're going to want more than 2 because we're going to be gone for up to at least 5 days.
Okay, good point. But it all depends how many rations I actually have on my inventory too. Let me see.
True. Well, depending when you bought them, we haven't bought rations for a while, so the ones we have in our inventory are probably not any good.
True.
Well, rations are there. I mean, they're designed to last ages, but
Oddly enough, Matt, rations are not in my inventory unless I'm missing. Unless I am missing them. Oh no! Oh okay. Ooh, yeah. I need more rations.
all right. So, like I
Oh,
said,
wait,
5.
no. Quantity.
36. Holy crap! How did you end up with 36?
I don't know. I'm good. I'm covered.
All right. So remember to spend your rations as you travel.
Okay. Yeah. Just remind me.
Anything else you guys need before you go?
I don't think so.
Not for me.
Yeah. I don't think I need anything else. Do you guys?
No.
No.
All right. So her name again? Ceci bids you well, and she says, if you are looking for the haunted one by chance, Cunningcroft, it is said to be the last one that was ever built. So if you stay on the main path, you should find it there, but it's supposed to be very close to the peak, so be careful.
Thank you.
And just so you know, along the way, some of the dangers, I mean, besides just being a natural forest on the side of a mountain, there's some powerful creatures that live out in the woods. Some not from this plane.
You mean like the Fae creatures?
Oh yes,
Like
there's
fey creatures?
there's definitely some. There are definitely some stray Fae creatures that have made their homes in these woods. I haven't seen any rifts per se. It's said that this forest is so old. It is from when Fae. This was once the home realm of the Fae. They say the forest is that old, so some of them didn't slip over, but have always been here.
Oh jeez, I remember the freaking turtle we encountered last time. That apparently woke up Malcolm for nothing.
And of course, some of the natural creatures of Kartonok are also not something you want to be crossing. I'm sure if you were in Sursak, you probably saw some of our sled dogs.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, obviously, you could see why running into one of them in the wild would be risky.
Any advice on how to avoid some of these creatures?
Well, definitely stick to the path. Tread carefully. Make sure you're paying attention to your surroundings. Most of the most dangerous things out there aren't going to sneak up on you exactly. They will be noticeable. So just, keep your distance from anything you're not familiar with. You look like you all can handle yourselves, though.
When she says plants and mentions the Fae, I go white as a sheet. And I ask if she means, I can't remember the name of the plant that we encountered.
Oh my god, what was the name of the plant?
It was a Fey pitcher plant.
What does that
Fey
look
pitcher
like,
plant.
by the way?
It looks like a human-sized pitcher plant. Like it's got like a pitcher on, shaped flower on it, and it meant prey is meant to fall into it and be eaten, but it's
I've never seen those.
much bigger than a real life one.
I was picturing sort of like a big Venus flytrap.
Oh no, not like a jaw, more like a big bowl.
Oh wow, okay. I don't think I've ever seen one of those.
But anyway, she says, "Oh no, I don't believe there's any Fey plants. More creatures that once lived here in the forest before the Fey realm existed, if you believe the stories. They definitely don't seem to be natural animals of our world. Many of them have very Fey personalities and abilities, so it's assumed that they are Fey creatures. But I have been through the woods many times myself, and I have never seen a rift, so perhaps the stories are true."
Very interesting. Well, thank you so much for your help.
I live to be of service. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so you guys make your way out of town?
Yep.
All right, so you make your way to the southern edge of the town and out into the woods. And sure enough, this is a forest unlike most you've seen before. You follow the river deeper into the forest, and out here, These woods are clearly ancient. One of the rare surviving forests that remains from the very beginnings of Firnamond itself. Trees dating back thousands of years, growing in ways that modern forests no longer do. Bear with me just a second, I'm looking for a river sound.
Can die.
Really? That's it?
You okay?
I'm just kind of surprised I can't find a decent river sound.
Good luck with that.
Guess that would work. Alright, you make your way along the rushing river, and you stand in awe of these trees that tower at 600 and 700 feet tall, with trunks in some cases spanning 100 feet in diameter. Some of them are, in spite of the climate, are even deciduous. But something allows them to already be green in this early part of spring. Their mighty root systems completely disturb the forest floor into hills and valleys. And because of how tall they are, while the canopy blots out the sky, there's no shortage of shaded light inside of the woods. About 4 hours into your journey, you come upon the remains of a stone floor in the forest. Still with us, Jake? I know you were getting tired earlier. We're coming to the end now.
I mean, yeah, I'm still here, but I'm kind of like,
Dipping in and out.
yeah.
All right, we'll be done in a few minutes.
All right, perfect. I know we're going on an adventure into the mountains.
Over the river and through the woods to grandfather's house we go.
Yes.
All right, so you come upon an ancient stone floor in the woods. And this is right about the time you'd be taking your first, your break for the day. Much of the edges of the stone floor have been pushed up, lifted, and disheveled by the root systems of the trees around it. All four corners of the stone floor once had large pillars. 3 of them still are largely intact. One of them has been toppled over as a tree grew into this space. Near the center of the far side of this stone floor, you see a high, long slab of stone. And at the foot of this slab is a shorter pillar, just about level with the slab, but which is above your guys' heads. What looks like to be an offering bowl of some sort. Beyond the slab are 2 pillars marking the start of the trail, and you can kind of see here the slope of the mountain starts to get a little steeper, and you can make out what remains of a stone pathway with stairs to get over some of the rough terrain, and stretches up towards the peaks. A bit of sunlight is coming through the canopy above, hitting this bowl sitting next to the slab, and you see some sort of glimmering reflecting out of the bowl and onto the pillar and the slab nearby.
Can we check what the bowl is for?
Like, you want to look inside the bowl?
Carefully, yes.
What do you mean carefully?
I don't know. Last time I looked into something, I fell into a tree.
Last time you looked into something, you fell into a tree? Oh, you mean when you touched the back of... Oh, wow. Like you want to go physically...
Cut, that's a deep cut, like 7 years ago, I feel like.
First ever D&D session. So do you want to go look in the pillar, or are you wanting to examine it from the outside? Like what? I don't understand exactly what you are.
Want to look into the pillar. You said it looks like an offering bowl, so I want to see if there's like an inscription or something.
Well, if there's an inscription, it's probably on the outside or on the pillar itself, rather than
Right.
inside the.
But like I said, I want to look at the pillar.
Okay, so you just want to look at the pillar.
Yeah. Just
All right. So
the
roll perception check, I guess, to see if you can make
I
out.
would like to assist her with that.
Okay. So either with advantage or both of you roll and take the better.
With I'll help her. I'll also roll.
Okay.
Oh, holy shit.
So I roll again with advantage, or?
Oh no, she's
Okay.
doing a roll too. So whichever of you has the higher.
I got 12.
All right. What'd you get, Echo?
I got 30.
30. Holy shit. All right. You can
Oh,
very
yeah,
clearly
I
make.
have an 11 perception, and I roll.
If you were in the room, I would kiss you on the cheek. With your permission.
Echo, you can very clearly make out ancient runes, both on the pillar and the bowl. They seem to be religious in nature, but they are giant. So I don't know if anybody here even speaks giant.
I don't think so. Where do I check for that? Proficiencies in languages.
Yeah.
Nope.
Is it giant or Leviathan?
I mean, Leviathan is,
It is giant, in a way.
a dialect of giant.
I don't have it on my character sheet, but I almost feel like I should be able to read it at this point. But I have Castilian, Common, and Undercommon.
I know Celestial, Common, Elvish, Sylvan, and Thieves can't.
Yeah. So I mean, you could recognize what it belongs to, but you can't actually read it. You just that it's a very old Leviathan dialect and seems to be religious in nature.
Interesting.
But it very much looks like an offering bowl of some sort.
How tall is the pillar? Are we actually able to look in it along?
You would have to step up onto the base of the pillar to get your head above the rim.
It's that tall.
Then I do that.
Okay. Bear with me. I just have to find where I am on my notes here again. All right, so Malcolm decides to run up to see what is inside of the bowl. Malcolm, as you run up to the bowl, try to launch yourself off so you can step onto the bottom of that pillar and lift your head above the rim. At the very last moment, you notice something a little strange. The tiles of this stone floor in the forest that are directly in front of this pillar and offering bowl are the only ones that are perfectly level.
Oh, fuck no. Booby
So,
twat.
as you land with one foot to launch yourself up onto the pillar, you feel your stomach kind of lurch as you go into free fall.
Oh, fuck.
I need you to... Oops. This book has been very handy. I need you to make a dex... Oh, no, that's not right. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh my fucking god!
Oh, no.
1 second.
The dice is going to jail.
Indomitable, I'm going to re-roll that 1 I just rolled,
Jeez.
and I have to use the new one. So, not much better, but better. 16.
16, just enough. As the tile gives way under you and you feel yourself falling into the, I believe it was 60 foot deep
Oh, my God.
pit
Jesus.
underneath this
Oh, my God.
this floor, you manage to catch yourself on the ledge. And Mira, as you process what is happening, your medallion begins to vibrate,
Oh, fuck.
and you all hear rustling in the forest around you, followed by high-pitched whooping cries, and you are between the trees surrounding this platform. You see what look to be gigantic coconuts with arms and legs coming out from between the trees, bearing painted masks made out of tree bark, carrying spears, and most of them are dancing around you as a handful of them jump out onto the stone floor with the group, and that is where we're going to end our session.
Why am I
Okay,
picturing
I'm
the
putting
coconut
picture
Moana?
in. I'm putting this picture in the general chat. Is this what we're talking about?
Hold on.
Is it like the ones from freaking...
Not well. That's close.
Is it the ones from Moana?
Yeah, she showed the ones from Moana.
That was the first thing that popped in my head, to be honest. And I was about to say Kakamora, just like Maui did.
But if you guys want to see what they actually look like,
Yes, we do.
oh, they look something like this.
So more like.
So I'm gonna
Dave-
take it those are from the
people?
Fey realm?
What's that?
I'm gonna take it those are from the Fey realm?
They definitely look to be.
Well, either way, we're gonna kick some nuts.
Yep, some nuts. Yep.
All right, so that is where we end our session. We will announce when we have a set date for the next one. With any luck, pretty soon we'll be able to get everybody who lives in Ohio, of course, back to the table. We've had a lot of fun tonight. Hope everybody enjoyed watching. We will see you next time. I will make sure I get those recaps done within the week. Until then, have a good night.